So what kind of move comes to mind? Move the queen to get out of the fire, the line of fire of the bishop. We want to move it so that the knight is free. Move the queen so the knight's free. But make sure you stay close to that rook so that you're still protecting it with the queen, so it could be the second piece to capture. Because if you move it, for example, if you move the queen far away, then I could just take this. Your knight could take, right? But now you have a second piece attacking and your king's the only defender. I'm drawing your king out. And it's just, you want to be able to take with the queen so your king doesn't have to move. Because remember, when you move the king in chess, you give up castling rights. So if your queen was to take, if your king was to take, then after you develop this bishop, you wouldn't be able to castle or get the safety. So you don't want to take with your king. You want to take with your knight and then your queen. So where is a square where your queen is still defending the rook, but it's not pinned? It's not stuck in this line of fire. We want to get it off that diagonal. But we want to protect this. What do you got? And these guys weren't bad. They did find this move here. They found the right idea. They did accomplish that. I'll show you. You move it right here. There you go. Dylan found it. E6. Now it's like, look. Okay, go ahead. Take our rook. We'll take with our knight. You can take with your bishop. We'll take with the queen. I don't care what piece you take with first. My knight's taking, then my queen. Dylan sees it, no problem. E6. The duke and the count saw it, no problem. Even better, you might think, whoa, queen e6 is bad. The queens are looking at each other. Guess what? Take my queen. I would love that. I'll take back. And now your queen's off the board because my king was less safe. I don't care about taking the queens off. I got 4 pieces. You have 3. You only have 3 pieces. Please trade queens. Simplify the board. So they play queen e6. Okay. So now Birdie, flip it back. Morphy plays check. He takes the rook with check. It's also a fork. But what did we just say? What was the idea? What's your move here? What are you going to play here, Birdie? We just talked about it. The whole point of moving our queen out of the way was so that what piece could capture here, and we're fine. And Dylan, I think I showed you the game before, so don't be giving away the fireworks at the end. Don't be blowing the surprise here. This might be the most famous game of chess, I think, ever played, probably. There's another game called the Evergreen game is pretty famous too. And then there's a game called either the Immortal Game or the Greatest Game Ever Played, maybe, Simply Enough. Something like that. But so anyway, yeah, so Birdie, what do you exactly? Knight captures, yeah. That was the plan, right? We're fine. The knight captures. Now, okay. Now if you take with your rook, we'll take with our queen. Go ahead. We're fine. We're fine, right? So now think for a little bit, Birdie, and try to figure out what move Morphy plays here. There's an old rule in chess too. It's always analyze all checks and captures. So do we have any checks that we can look at? This is beautiful. I saw this game when I was 8. I was in this program in my school, and they had this guy come in and show us a few famous chess games to try. It was like some kind of program to try to get like the youth into chess. And he showed us this game, and I remember being 8 years old and seeing the ending and being like, wow, it's beautiful. I mean, it's like a piece of art. So the idea here, Birdie, it's tough to see. It's actually pretty tough to see. Especially if you're new to the game. I didn't find it at 8 years old, I don't think. No. He asked the class, start from here and look for it. John, you know this fucking game, bro. Don't be blowing the fireworks, brother. What's the move, then? What is it, Queen H3? Alright, so Birdie, it's Queen B8. And I can only imagine, if they had cameras back then, the look on these guys' faces. They're like, what? Can we just take that? Your suggestion was Queen to B5. Let me see that. Yo, decent idea. Decent idea. Because you're pinning the knight that already has pressure on it. But even better is this. And that's why the game is so beautiful. Let's go to black. You're in check, bro. The king can't move. How do you get out of check? Thank you. You just gave us your queen. You just gave us all your pieces. What's going on here? What? You gave us your queen? You're a 20-year-old from the United States? And you blunder your queen in front of 100 people? Why would you give your fucking... What were you thinking? So now it's Morphe to move. And what do you play here? And you better find something quick because you're out of fucking pieces here. Pieces are off the board, bro. Pieces are in the opponent's hand. They're chewing on them, waiting for you to move right now. It's rook to d8, and it's so powerful. The move is so powerful that you said rock to d8, because that's what it feels like, right? It's a fucking rock. Look at that. Rock to d8. That's checkmate, brother. And that's the Morphe mate. That's why the whole thing that got me started on this was when the bishop and the rook coordinate like that on the edge of the board, where this square is unavailable. This diagonal square from the king is unavailable to him, but he's blocked by his own piece, let's say. That's the Morphe mate. Bishop and rook coordinated. The king's blocked from just one square. He doesn't have to be blocked here because the rook's covering that anyway. But that's just checkmate. Game's over, bro. He used every fucking piece he had. And he finishes the game with his last two pieces. And you still have your queen, your knight, your bishop, your rook. Doesn't matter, bro. I punished you. You didn't castle. I punished you for not castling. You didn't develop your pieces. You got punished for having poor piece activity. You got punished for having poor development. You got punished for pushing too many pawns early. That's against the laws of chess. You're not supposed to play too many pawn moves. It's like you violated every major rule of chess. And you got punished for it. That's why this is the most instructional game ever played, and like the most famous game ever played. Checkmated in 17 moves. He's like, yeah, no problem. Just to play it back, I don't know if it's gonna play in the right move order, but I mean, there's nothing better than it's just perfect. It's just okay. I develop, I attack, break open the center. Oh no, it's gonna play my sideline. So it's like develop, break the center. Okay, we trade. I threaten checkmate. You stop it. I threaten checkmate in 2. Remember, we had this idea. I'm going to mate you in 2. Okay, you stop it. All right, I pin your piece. Oh, you're worried about me taking that pawn, really? Okay, play c6 and defend it. Like I was ever going to take that. I develop. You're not developing. I'm developing. Ooh, you attacked my piece. I don't give a fuck. That's one sacrifice there. I just sacked my knight for the check. Okay, you block. I finish development. I castle. I get my rook active. You're hopelessly defending. Yeah, no problem. I'll just take this way so that when you recapture, you're still pinned. I'll add more pressure. Yeah, no problem. You're like, oh my god, he's putting so much pressure. How do I take in the right order here? Oh, I'll break this pin. Okay, I'm surviving. Maybe even my bishop's active now. Okay, we're alive here. We're alive. Yeah, okay, go ahead. Fork. What do you mean fork? I'm taking you. There's no fork. Oh, check. So now when I was young, in this position, I said, wait. Go back. I told the guy that was instructing the class. I'm 8 years old, right? I'm like, go back. These are the best players in France. Right here, why did they take the queen if it leads to checkmate? And then the instructor said, look at the board. And I went like this. Oh. Taking the queen is your only legal move. It's a forced queen sacrifice. Like, I'm sacrificing my queen and you gotta take the queen. You can't ignore my sacrifice. Your king can't move. You can't block the check. You have to take my queen and let me mate you. Forced. Last two pieces like magic. No problem. And that was during the intermission of the opera. How do you go back and watch the rest of the show? I'd be like, yo, we're getting on the horse and going home, bro. I just got embarrassed in front of 100 people. That was during the intermission. They're watching the opera. It's like, okay, we're taking intermission. The actors are tired. You want to go play chess in the lobby in front of everybody? I'm Paul Morphy from America. Yeah. You guys play on the same team. Talk about the moves. Discuss it. Doesn't matter. I'm gonna crush you. And then this happens, right? And everyone's like this. And then Morphy's like, all right, let's get back. The show's starting, right? They're getting back on. And they're like, I'm going home, bro. I'm going home. Not watching the show. I'm going home. Going to sleep. What is that? Unbelievable, bro. Dylan, you like it. I got jokes, bro. This game really got me back into chess when I was young. I was like, wow, there is some cool shit that can happen in certain positions, man. That's fucking cool. That's fucking cool. There's a beauty to it. There's a beauty in certain geometries and certain positions. But Vince, you wanted me to go back to something you said. Is that right? You said go back and play out rook takes knight after. Yeah, remind me what move you're talking about here. Play rook takes knight. That move? Let me know if that's what you mean. The chat's delayed, so. What move are you talking about? Oh, right before the queen sack. Oh, here you want to play rook takes instead of bishop takes? Is this what you mean? Fuck, this isn't it either? Right before the queen sack? Oh, right before the sack. Okay. What am I doing? Oh, you want to play rook takes knight here. Yo, what's good? Isles, kid. That's got to be my cousin. That's gotta be my cousin. You just missed an amazing game, bro. I just played it. I didn't play it. I'm showing a game. So you want to play... So you don't want to checkmate in 2, Vince. You want to play that. Okay, the computer says it's equal. So if Vince was there in 1855, you would have played that? And then I take it. You're the man, cuz. Oh, no, wait. I don't take it. I have to take your queen. But then you mate me. But there's a way out of it because the computer says so. Just taking the rook with the queen. Yeah. I could just take it, Vince. There's no checkmate. No, there's still a checkmate. Wait, what's going on? Oh, king takes. No, it's dead equal, says the computer. King takes. Not queen takes. So king takes. Now you have nothing. So you're up. You got 7 pawns. I have 5. We both have queen bishop. I have a full rook, but it's not active yet. So you're actually losing. But the only reason it's saying draw, I can tell you right now, is because you have perpetual check. So you could be like, whoa, I'm just going to check you forever. I'm just going to check you forever. And if you ever go there, then it's mate. This is a mating attack. So you can't go there. So you have to watch where you step. I could check you like this, and you got to go back and forth like that. You have nowhere else to go. I'm guarding this. You can't go here, because then I have this, leads to mate. So you literally have to go like this. What? You have to go like this. Forever. So I can force the repetition. I keep mouse flipping. We gotta do this forever. So after 3 times, it's a draw. But yeah, yo, Vince, that's actually funny because in like a bullet game, how many times did I do that? In a bullet game, I'm playing queen takes here. I'm not playing king takes. Black would lose? White would, yeah, no, white would lose. If white doesn't force the repetition there, if white doesn't do the perpetual check, then white loses. Every other move there was winning for black, unless you just repeat. You have to force the repetition. You got to force the draw, or else black just has a rook. But, yeah, that's funny. If queen takes, you have the same idea. But it's just great that this forces it on you. Yeah. If you play rook takes... Oh, sorry, right before the sack. If we get here, white would win a lot of times if not a computer. Yeah, you would. Well, I mean, you need... No, not if I play king takes. No, you're not. You can't win. You can't win with white here. So let's say I don't force the draw. Let's say I do this and let you move. If I let you move, first of all, you could just trade queens. And now you just win. You're playing this, and you're developing, and you have a rook, and I don't. Black wins. If you want to keep queens on the board without checking, you go like there. Look, it's saying play f6. Right. Yeah, no, I know what you mean. Yeah. No. Yeah. If in a bullet game, I lose because I just take with my queen and get checkmated. Yeah. But if you correctly take with your king, now you win. Well, white could force the draw. But yeah, no. Who the fuck takes with the king there in a bullet game? I probably need... I probably need 7 or 8 seconds to think before I pick the king. So if it's like a 5-minute game, I'll take with the king here. 1-minute game, no, queen instantly. Like pre-moved. Yeah, I need like a good 7-8 seconds to be like, it's queen, right? It's queen. Oh no, wait, I get mated if it's queen. But like, bullet, please. I lose. But Morphe played the more accurate move, which is just crazy. So that's the opera game, Birdie. It's cool, right? It's a cool fucking game. Let's do 3-minute puzzle rush. White to move. So now we'll see if the Morphe mate ever comes up again. That was similar to it. That was the knight and the rook. Black to move. Have I showed the smother mate pattern? That's another cool pattern. Take, and then fork, yeah. Sometimes when I look away, I see better. It makes no sense. Black to move. Check and take. And then get out of check. Just step over. Weird. Weird they make me do that. Oh, look. This is the Morphe mate, but with a queen, Vince. Like we just said. The bishop and queen. I mean, really, it should be a rook, but... That was the Vince mate. That was the Vince variation of it. This check, and then this. This is called, so this mate's called the swallowtail mate. When the queen's on top of a king like that, and these two squares. When a queen's right here next to a king, the queen attacks all of these squares. And the only two squares available to the king are these two. So if those two are blocked, it's just checkmate. So in this case, the pawn's guarding that one. The queen's blocking this one from him moving there, and then my queen is guarded by my knight. So as long as the queen is guarded, and those two backward diagonal squares are blocked or covered, it's mate. Check and win the rook, and then move out of check. Okay, I don't know why it makes me like move out of check at the end of puzzles. This check, and then we fork the queen and king. Let me take. White to move is just check here. King has to go to h8, and then we have a mate there. Black to move. We can... Taking the knight does nothing, right? Attacking the rook does nothing. This check does a lot, because the king has to step away from the knight, or block with it, but then we immediately win it like this. So take with the rook or the pawn. Does it matter? It's weird. Why would it matter? I guess it matters. The queen looks trapped, but it's not. So it's like this sacrifice, because then we mate there. The queen looks trapped here, but it's not. Black to move. Smother mate. Oh yeah, I'll show the after this, I'll show the one mating pattern, the smother mate, the way that it happens frequently. So okay, I wasn't even thinking here. What was this one though, just out of curiosity? Probably this check, and the king's only square is that. And then it's this is mate, yeah. It was that. King here, I don't know why it doesn't let me move it, but king there, and then that's mate. Yeah. This is the smother mate pattern is so nice. It's cool geometry. I like cool geometry. I say that a lot. Geometrics, bro. So let me set the board up here for it. It's simple. It's something like this. We'll put these here. Knight and a queen do it normally. We have like a rook here. And let me just think about this. We'd have to play like... Oh, get one of these pawns out of the way. Okay, yeah, this is the standard way of that it happens normally. It would be something like this. So it's white to move here, right? Oh, let me start it like